Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Monday, happy fourth day of the league. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about something that, I don't know, wasn't controversial. I have been having an absolute blast playing Sentinel League here. Absolutely zero exaggeration. This has been my best league start ever. Much of that is due to Bane. A lot of that is due to my preparation. We did a lot of practice for the 2 weeks leading up to it, and at least 3 to 4 Bane runs. Just going up to, most of them going just to Act 4, but I went up to Act 10, I think 2 times as well. And it's been so smooth and great. If anything, the fact that we can play around with, using the control mage play style, staying away from the new scary mobs, especially, when we opt in, we press that donate XP button. That's what I've been calling the Sentinel buttons. Been really, really good. And especially with all the people following along in the Bane gang, just wanted to have a very short video today showing where my build is right now. I have less than 200 chaos invested at this moment. It's been, very, very low investment at this point. And I am in T16 maps, and it feels pretty good. For another 1 to 200 chaos, it should feel pretty darn solid. My goal today on stream in just a little bit will be to start taking down some of the bigger bosses. I have killed both the Infinite Hunger and Black Star. I have the invitations for the Searing Exarch and the Eater of Worlds. And we're going to try to take down Cirrus for 2 to 300 chaos as well. At least for me, that's a great benchmark for how good this build is for low investment, the easier bosses at least. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully that looked good in the video. I don't know what that's going to look like after I edit it. Yeah, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit about what we're doing here. On day 1, I bought a Cane of Unraveling for 12 chaos. When I hit Act 6, I started doing just a couple heists that gave me up to 12 chaos, which allowed me to buy a 5-link Cane of Unraveling on day 1. I equipped it as soon as I hit level 60. My body armor, I bought this last night for 25 chaos. It's just really big armor, good life. The strength is actually really nice. Got some elemental res, and the physical damage reduction is pretty good as well. So, those corrupted 6 links at the beginning of the league, they really hard carry, the start of the build. I could have been looking towards going into a Cherubims or anything like that, or a Skin of the Lords, but I just really don't want to spend 2 exalts right now. I do want to just make sure I keep this build on the lower level investment side, see how far I can push it damage-wise for all of that. Crown of the Inward Eye, I just bought this a few minutes ago, right before I clicked record. This costs 30 chaos. The price will go down. It'll be down to like 5 chaos in just another couple days. It's dropping 20, 30 chaos every single day. So this was a bit of jumping the gun for an investment, but it was only 30 chaos. And since I want to fight bosses today, it's just so hard to beat the crown, right? If we take a look at my damage, my Essence Drain goes from 99,000 damage to 110,000 damage. We're getting just a touch over 10% more damage by spending 30 chaos on the crown. Not to mention that gives a gigantic boost of life, mana, and energy shield. And this would actually go up to 21% if I wanted to buy a couple divines. If you have that 30 chaos, it is a spectacular investment. Before I bought this crown though, I was actually just using a gull, which you can buy for, 1 to 3 chaos, which is really, really good when combined with the shrine nodes. Every single shrine that you get will be stronger. You get double shrines every time you click on a shrine. Domination is on the map device, so you can get 4 shrines per map. And then with the gull, the shrines will last a minute and a half and another 75% increased effect. So I strongly recommend this. It straight up will give you like +2 map tiers in the strength of your build. This will absolutely carry your build into red maps, even if it's a weaker build. Maybe you find it a little annoying to click on all the shrines, but it's just a great way to, for a few chaos, make your build really, really strong. The amulet here, I bought this one for, I think, 20 chaos on day 2. Look out for those deals. The +1 level of chaos skill gems, really good attributes and life and all that type of stuff. Allocated corruption, so Wither is stronger. Definitely look out for that. You should be able to, on day 4 now, you should be able to get some really good deals. This Iolite ring, we crafted this. You can see there's not that much on it. The key here is we use the Noxious Catalyst. We get an Iolite ring, hit it with the Deafening Essences of Envy. We get the increased chaos damage there. That gives us a gigantic boost of damage, right? So, we get 10% more damage, right? Looking at this here from just the single ring. Ideally, later on, we will go to 2 rings. But yeah, as you can see, my rings are just pretty weak, just kind of stat rings. Nothing special. My gloves are absolutely awful. These basically are 0 chaos. Bad gloves. So I did spend 2 exalts buying this belt base, but what's actually on the belt is nothing. I don't have a single hunter mod on this belt. Yeah, this is just a 5C belt. I threw it into a single reforged life, and I hit really, really good res with pretty good life on it. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna hold on to that. So, you know, technically this is a 2x belt base at the moment, but there's no hunter mods on it, right? So nothing special here. Jewel is just nothing, some life and res. The boots are nothing as well. These were just thrown into a reforged speed, you know, hit some movement speed, just something like that. My cane is still a 5-link. I'm doing the Vol Blight with Essence Drain. I flipped some of my gems a few minutes ago, so some of them are still lower level. We're just kind of re-leveling them. I bought a level 21 Essence Drain for I think 3 Chaos, and I'm leveling up a 2020 right now. I'm currently using Vitality, Determination, and Grace. Ideally, later on, right, we want to use Defiance Banner, sneak in Malevolence as well, get everything in there. But, you know, currently, I'm also balancing my auras and all that based on what I want to do. If I was fighting a big boss like Cirrus, I would actually turn off Determination. The small amount of armor that I'm getting is actually not that worth it. It's not going to save me, right, if I take a big Cirrus hit. So I would rather just put on my Malevolence and do more damage. I've had a lot of people asking me questions about which auras to use. I very purposely, in the POB, presented you with a lot of options. And I want you to be able to mix and match and problem solve based on the encounters that you're going for, right? While I'm mapping, my build currently is doing enough damage, even in T16 maps and T16, you know, essence monsters, which are like the hardest thing in the game right now. I'm doing enough damage. I don't need Malevolence while I'm mapping. I actually want to be a little bit safer, and the smaller hits, I will get advantage from that armor. So I'm just using the Determination here, right? When I fight the big bosses, I want to turn off the Determination. I don't have enough armor for it to save me. Then I turn on Malevolence, do more damage, and Malevolence makes my debuffs last 20% longer, which really allows me to be safer, you know, 20% longer, not being close to the boss, trying to apply them. Like, as I said in the original video for 3.18, I want you all to mix and match, look at the options that I presented, and find the thing that really clicks with your playstyle. Single 5-link. I got my 6-link Bane here. Oh. All right, I'm gonna hit you guys with a real good tip. All you dedicated viewers, there is a card called the Bitter Blossom. And for 3 of them, which you can buy for 2 to 3 chaos each right now, you can turn them in and you get a level 21 quality 23 chaos gem. Now, you can hit some bad things, right? There are some chaos gems that are not very good, but on my first turn-in, I hit Bane. I got super, super lucky. I hit Bane. And then after that, I've only turned in a few sets, but we're talking 6 to 9 chaos. Nice. On my second one, I got Dark Pact. And then on my third one, I got Withering Step, which, you know, I'll use this if it doesn't sell, but it's pretty nice. And then on my fourth one, I got a 21-23 Despair. So that's really, really good news. And since we use so many chaos gems, right? Blight, Essence Drain, Despair, Withering Step, Bane, that this can actually be really, really nice. Not to mention that you can sell some off, like if you hit Toxic Rain or Poisonous Concoction, right? Those League starter builds. This is a real good tip for early profits or just really good gems to level up your build. Oh, I did Tekken Enduring Cry. I'm a big fan of this skill. It is basically a free health flask on a cooldown, right? It has an 8-second cooldown, which is fairly long, but you know, based on the number of monsters around you, you can also get up to, you know, your max endurance charges, which is nice for that reduced physical damage taken. And just a really nice, just like, oh crap, like regen button. You know, especially if you're like running lab and you're getting caught in the spike traps or something, you can just stand there, press your Enduring Cry, get all your life back. Feels really, really good. I was using Steel Skin on my left click initially, but now that I have enough armor, I am using Molten Shell. And it's just, you know, level 19 Vol Molten Shell right now. I'm one of the downsides is I'm actually running out of buttons here. You know, I got my Enduring Cry here. I got my ED, Bane, Withering Step once in a while, so I can apply those Wither stacks. Oh, and speaking of Withering Step, it can be used for a mobility skill. Like, and I am using this once in a while, right? If I don't feel like flame dashing around or I'm just trying to run, like I can hit my Quicksilver and my Withering Step and run pretty quickly, right? It's pretty good for that mobility. But the primary use for it is if you're in a big pack of monsters or if you're about to fight a bigger monster, you just need to tap it. And as long as the monster touches this circle, it will get those 7 Wither stacks. A lot of people I saw were stressing out about like, oh, you had Steel Skin on your left click, and how do I use Withering Step and Steel Skin and and Flame Dash, and how's that all interacting. We don't really care about losing the elusive and, turning off Withering Step. It's really much more about applying those wither stacks. Those wither stacks that we apply will sustain. It's a one hit, right? Even if as long as we apply it, even if we then cast afterwards, they still have the wither stack. So don't really stress about, trying to keep Withering Step on all the time. But yeah, I have cast some damage taken Molten Shell, which currently at this level of investment, if I have my flasks up, is giving me 2200 shield here. Molten Shell is really, really good. And then Vol Molten Shell is giving me like 4500 right now. That lasts like 15 seconds. Very, very strong. Have that on cast some damage taken. And it feels pretty good. And yeah, nothing else has really changed here. Oh, I did get very lucky. On Saturday. We took a Chaos Large Cluster Jewel. I got this to drop from Delirium and threw it into 4 Reforged Chaoses in Harvest. This is basically a perfect cluster jewel. I acknowledge that this is incredibly lucky. It's even got tier 2 chaos res. Yeah, Unholy Grace, Unwaveringly Evil, Wicked Paul. This is exactly what we want. But if you do hit at least Unwaveringly Evil and Wicked Paul, even if the third one is bad, this is okay, right? You can use a temporary one that's just a 2-statter and just not take these 2 points a little bit later. You'll notice that I didn't do the big respec where I go down through here and undo all of these. I don't really want to do that until Bane hits level 26. You'll notice that it says +4 to radius there. Bane's radius will go up at certain breakpoints of the gem level. Level 26 is one of those breakpoints. And so I really don't want to give up the Arcane Expanse nodes here because this is really what's keeping Bane at a decent size. Like, my Bane's pretty big right now. And I don't want to brag, but got a pretty big Bane. It's not exceptionally huge, but considering I'm not using Hexmaster, where if you really are feeling like you want a bigger Bane, you can use Hexmaster instead of Corruption. I'm using Corruption for more single target damage, especially with those hard Arch Nemesis rares. So yeah, I am still keeping Arcane Expanse here. As soon as I can get a little bit bigger of a staff here, get my Bane to level 26, then I will unspec these nodes and go through the bottom here. Going into day 4, level 91, considering what my gear is, I'm very, very happy with where I am. Financially, I am not really min-maxing anything. I am trading very, very casually. You can see I don't have that much. I haven't invested that much. And in fact, I am, after I post this video, I will go for a run. I promise. I will listen to my own advice. We're going to go for a run right before we start the stream in a couple hours. Yeah, just keep enjoying life, man. Take our time. There is no reason to Giga Rush and have mirror tier gear on day 4, at least for me. I'm really enjoying this. I want to take this build, take all those Uber bosses on, and then we'll start thinking about the future. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you all on the stream in a couple hours, and don't forget to have fun. See y'all tomorrow.